I listened to the president yesterday night, and I was not convinced. Mm-hmm. First of all, like you have just asked, you cannot force me to give you money which I don't plan to give you. And you cannot force me to save money in a particular instrument when I have my own instruments of savings. Some Kenyans are saving. You are saving. I know you are saving. I'm also saving. I belong to 3 circles where I save. I also save through my pension scheme arrangement. So I have already looked at my payslip, and I know that this is what is left is just for me to survive with my family. So you cannot wake up one morning and tell me that, look, because I'm the president and I promise people houses, I must create a law that will force you to give money to a kitty which I am the one who knows how it's going to work. Mm-hmm. So I think this thing, however good it is, it is something which must be subjected to public participation. And as you have seen, Kenyans are not interested in this particular item. I want to urge my colleagues in Parliament that we should not force some of these things onto Kenyans. 3% of your basic salary. Why didn't you have it at 1%? Why did you choose 3% and not 1%? Mm-hmm. That is the first thing. And secondly, I don't know whether this government is serious. Is this government aware that the prices of commodities are going up each and every day? We are even seeing fuel prices going up. When fuel prices go up and cost of goods go up, where are Kenyans supposed to get money to service some of those increases, fluctuations? So the president is not taking into account some of these realities on the ground. And the president is assuming that as long as you're employed, you have extra money which it can just pick from you mm-hmm. by way of a law the way he wants. Already there are income tax and all these tax which we are paying. We want to urge the government to restrict its fingers on those basic, mandatory taxes which we are paid. Find a way of using those taxes. Don't try to introduce another tax. For me, I think this is another tax. Even if you give another, whatever explanation you give, this is a tax. Because you are going to compel me to pick the money from my payslip without my authority. So I think this is something which I want to urge Kenyans and MPs that we must reject it. This particular one, we must reject it. And it needs to be voluntary. If Mr. Okango wants to save using that instrument of housing, let him do it. But for me, I think I have 3 circles. That is the only place I want to save. If the government wants money to invest in housing, they can go and talk to those circles where I'm saving. They can have an arrangement with the circles where my savings are, and they can take that money from there and use it. They can also go to the pension schemes where my money is already there. They can borrow that money, use it to build those houses, and then refund the pension scheme and the circles, and then I will take profit from there, interest from there. But there's no way you are going to force somebody to interfere with their personal savings and personal pay slips to raise money for patriotism. Patriotism cannot be forced. It cannot be forced. So this idea is something which it cannot fly.